Hey, welcome back, guys. I've seen some very good feedback on my Taurus TX22 videos, some little teasers, shooting around, farting around with that guy. People seem to really like this gun. So, that being said, I also really like this gun so far. I've just topped over 500 rounds on the Taurus TX22, various standard velocity, high velocity ammo. I've been pretty happy with it. I decided to go ahead and try to make it match my carry and training guns by way of adding a red dot. As you guys can see here, this is the Bushnell RXS-100. I was able to score this guy on Prime Day for under $100. I want to say about $69. Very, very affordable option for a 22. Obviously, I would not put this on a centerfire duty gun. Wouldn't take the chance on something that cheap. But for a training tool, a teaching tool, I see zero issues. So I find I have a hard time putting a $300 optic on a less than $300 gun. That being said, understand its purpose and understand its limitations. It's got a pretty clean dot, pretty clean window. I believe it's a 3 MOA dot. It's quoted at only a 5,000 hour battery life, which sucks for carry, but I mean, again, put in perspective what this gun is for. There's no reason for it to stay on all the time, and my life is not going to depend on this. The Bushnell RXS-100 sitting on a Galloway Precision dovetail mount. Get a little closer there, guys. A delta point footprint, and the Galloway Precision mount is quoted to fit a whole bunch of different optics, Vortex, Burris, J-point, some of the slim frame Holosuns. I got a little bit of conflicting information looking around online trying to find cross compatibility. I landed on basically the delta point probably will fit on a J point, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger. The Galloway Precision mount is only about $35 shipped, so very affordable. You know, worst case scenario, I'm out $35. That being said, when I went to mount this guy on here, I had no trouble getting the Galloway Precision mount on the gun. It was very easy to remove the factory rear sight and drift it in with a set, and then place the set screw. However, things got a little bit wonky with the optic going on to the adapter plate. So I did take the liberty of voiding the warranty on my Galloway Precision mount. Had to do just a little bit of filing to the back side of these locating pins at the front in order to let the optic sit down. I thought it was a better move to take a file to the $30 plate versus the $100 optic. Make sure you know what you're doing before you start filing away on Firearms Components. This gun comes from the factory. It's in a flush fit configuration, right? So zero barrel protruding. However, they come with a threaded barrel adapter. It's a very neat design. I've never had a gun like this before, but I thought it was super cool. Basically, disassemble, field strip the gun, take the barrel out. There's a little nut on the end of the barrel. Take a wrench to that, remove it, put the barrel back in. You put the barrel back in the slide, and then you will put this thread adapter on through the outside of the slide. Snug it down and reassemble the gun. You will need to buy a thread protector, which I got for I think a total of $8 on Amazon. Stick that guy in there, and now we're rocking with the super tactical threaded barrel. Eventually, I'd love to get a suppressor for this gun, but that's just not happening right now. So with this gun in its current configuration with the red dot, it really does help new shooters while we're trying to learn to manage the grip, the trigger, the recoil of a gun. Being able to take a 22 with almost no recoil, add the red dot where we eliminate the need to stress sight alignment on day one. We've seen some phenomenal results with new shooters, just absolutely drilling, stacking rounds at 3, 5, 7 yards. For the first, let's say 400 rounds, was very reliable in terms of a 22 pistol. I think I had 4 or 5 malfunctions out of the first 400 rounds. However, around 400 rounds is when I decided to put the optic on, and between 400 and 500, 550 rounds, we saw quite a few malfunctions after the optic was mounted. Various failed to feed, failed to eject, some stovepipes. I would say within 150 rounds, we had somewhere between 12 and 15 malfunctions. It's my theory that the added weight back here on the slide is causing some hiccups with the factory recoil spring. So I did, and we tested 3, 4, 5 different types of ammo: Federal, Winchester, Norma, various velocities, and had similar results. And I came across this company called Tandem Kross TK, who sells a steel guide rod with a dual captured spring for the TX22. Their website specifically states that this guide rod with the dual spring is intended to increase reliability, especially with optics. So again, somewhere in the $30 neighborhood, I snagged this guy up. They got it to me super fast shipping. And again, no shilling here. None of these companies know who I am. Taurus, Galloway, Tandem Kross, they've never heard of me. I'm just a guy out here, just like you, who happens to have a video camera. Anyway, so we're going to put this guy in real quick, and then we're going to take it out to the range and see what kind of results we get. I'm going to carry out about 3 different types of ammo, 3 different brands, different velocities that I have on hand right now, and run a couple hundred rounds and see if this helps with our reliability. You can tell that the spring is stronger. There's definitely some more force behind it, sliding back and going forward. There's also a notable weight added to the front, which I like. Without further more, we're going to head out to the range, do a little bit of shooting. All right, now we got 2 mags of the Norma TX22 loaded up. It is 1,083 feet per second. Super extra copper plated hollow points. I tend to think that the copper plated bullets might be a little bit more reliable in a 22 pistol without that lead nose getting smashed. 1,280 feet per second, so they're actually the highest velocity 22s that I have on hand. So post spring install, we just did about 250 rounds, 3 different types of ammo. Really good results. In about the last 20 of that 250, I did have 2 malfunctions. One, actually both were failed to feed. So one got stuck going up like that. Another one went into the chamber but did not fully go into battery. If you look in here, the gun is really dirty. It was clean before this. This kind of goes back with my one continued annoyance with the TX22 is that it seems very hypersensitive to being dirty. So as I've noticed with this guy, about every 200 rounds, it will start to hiccup without a cleaning. I am sure other folks out there have had different results, but my sample size of one pretty much has to be cleaned every 250 rounds. That being said, it looks like the Tandem Kross recoil spring absolutely did its job.